Ladies, you're now live.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Mobile phone 329-2828. That's 329-2828. Use it whenever you see graffiti anywhere in Yuma. Take pride in Yuma.
There we go.
Hello, everyone. Wrong page. Don't need to share it on my family reunion page.
Come on, you want everybody to see it.
Hello, Marcy.
Hi,
and
Marcy.
Ashley. Morning, Larry.
I think I just said that it's today in Yuma. All right, we ready?
Yep. Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and those of you watching us on Facebook, it's the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And if you are following us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to hit that share button. We always have some very informative guests, so we want to make sure that we can get that word out to the community as far as we possibly can. And you never know, you might have a friend that could benefit from the information that we're sharing today.
That's right. Today we will be having Machele Headington, the Vice President of Marketing and Support Services at YRMC, and Shay, the Director of Marketing. They're going to talk about YRMC systematically unveiling a new system of wayfinding to help patients and visitors find their way around their campus at YRMC.
I think that's a good idea.
It is. I know there's time, and you and I took a tour, and
Yeah.
It was before it even open to the public, the new emergency department, and we were getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
And there were people there that were getting lost too. That
Wait,
had,
wasn't that Janice?
oh, so, yeah, sorry, that was Janice.
I was like, I don't think I went to that one because that's when you visited the morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I
The
didn't
brand
go
new
to
morgue.
The brand new morgue had not
Brand
been
new,
used
brand
yet.
but yes, it's a large facility, and I think it's a great idea. Help people find their way around.
I do.
Now, coming up on the show, we obviously have Machele and Shay. They will be here about 9:30, but prior to that, somewhere between now and then, we are going to open up the Z contest lines, our Today in Yuma contest lines, and give you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to catch the D-backs and Padres this Sunday. Game time is at 1:10 p.m. at Chase Field, and these tickets are valued at $32 each, and there's 4 of them.
Awesome.
So what's that, $128 value?
Yes.
I think so.
I think
and
so,
these
too.
are baseline reserved seats. I can even tell you the seat row and section if you're curious about that.
Yeah, they're usually really, really, really good seats.
But we are going to be doing a call-in for this, so I'm going to give you a chance to program the number in. Don't call it right now because we're not going to answer it. We're going to make you wait. That number is 343-0993. And we drew the winner for the Saturday tickets this morning.
I was wondering if we drew the winner. I've not been over on the other side of the office yet.
Our winner for the Saturday D-backs tickets versus the Padres is Alicia Vidal.
Well, there you go.
Congratulations. She's been contacted, and she is really excited. So you know what? Stay tuned to our show and our stations. Follow us on social media because we'd like to give you a little teasers about when we will be doing ticket giveaways.
Yes.
And we have tickets to most of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday series all season long.
Yep, most of them.
And there's a game today
There is.
versus the Giants. How did we do? I went to bed.
We did not do well. we lost by only one point.
So, but that's what it was the night before. So
And by
we're
only 1
tied,
point.
tied in the series.
And we're going to take it tonight. I'm not worried.
All right, 6:40 tonight on Outlaw Country. You can catch all of the Diamondbacks action.
Sounds good.
All right, it is April 19th, and we have a lot of special days we are recognizing today.
Mm-hmm.
It's National North Dakota Day.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a little bit warmer here than it is there right now.
I don't know. These winds are picking up. I'm not happy about that.
No, not fun at all. North Dakota, they are the Pierce Garden State, and they're recognized on National North Dakota Day.
Mm-hmm.
Long before Lewis and Clark traveled up the Missouri River, the Mandan, the Hidatsa, and Arikara arrived in North Dakota. During the Corps of Discovery, the team camped at Fort Mondon along the Missouri River for the winter. I bet that was a nice,
I was going to say,
cool
that
experience.
sounds like a cold.
And here, they're translators who were part of some individuals with names I cannot pronounce. Those others were challenging anyway. They joined the expedition. I think, it's Sacagawea. I don't know if I've ever seen it spelled out. So Sacagawea and Charbonneau, they joined the expedition, and Sacagawea would also give birth to her son, Jean-Baptiste.
Okay.
There you go. That's a little trivia about North Dakota.
Okay.
I have lots of friends that live there, and they want to come here right now.
I bet they do. I bet they do.
And so do people all over the country. They want to head over here to Yuma. It's also National Amaretto Day.
Yes, thank you.
And Anita, we're speaking to her. In Italian, it means a little bitter. And it's made from bitter almonds or apricot kernels, or both. And the nuts are infused in pure alcohol or brandy, resulting in a strong almond flavor. And this traditional Italian liqueur is fragrant with legend. I just had to throw that in there.
Okay.
It's also National Garlic Day, and that goes back about 5,000 years.
To the vampires?
No. That's not. I don't know that that's included in this at all. No, it actually goes back about 7,000 years to Asia, and it's used in a variety of cuisines, but also for medicinal purposes and vampires. If you're curious about that,
Eat plenty of them and piece everything away.
it's considered an herbal remedy for colds. Maybe you could recommend that to Debbie from the city. She was getting a cold earlier.
Oh, I recommended fire cider. It's got garlic in it.
It's also been suggested to reduce blood pressure and cholesterol, and modern science has proven garlic's antibiotic properties too. I did not know of that, but Anita's right. It does repel people too. And can you believe that today is the 20th anniversary commemorating the bombing at Oklahoma City?
Oh, wow.
That's one of those monumentous events where people remember where they were at.
Oh, yeah.
I was at work at the first station that I worked for, when I lived in town here, but again, 25 years ago.
I was really, really young, but I remember seeing it on TV. Because I was only like 7.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing it on TV. I remember seeing the aftermath and watching all of the coverage about it and things. I don't remember exactly, the details of it, but I remember seeing it on TV as I was little.
It was a domestic terrorist bomb attack on the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma City, and it remained the most destructive act of terrorism on American soil until, as we all know, September 11th, 2001, when those attacks occurred. The blast in Oklahoma City claimed the lives of 168 people, including 19 children who were under the age of 6, and more than 680 people were also injured as a result of that. All right, now a little more upbeat than that. It's National Hanging Out Day.
I like that.
I think, we hang out all the time.
We hang out
have a
every
good time.
day.
And it's National High Five Day. Woo!
There you go.
There we go. And National Get to Know Your Customers Day.
That should be every single day.
This is done quarterly, I guess, as a way to remind people that you should at least, I like every day because we do. We love and respect our customers, and we appreciate input. Without you, there would be no reason for us to be here.
Exactly.
So we want to reach out and appreciate you all. And we want to say good morning to Jake Cook. He's watching us on Facebook Live.
Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, Jake and Linda. We hope you have a wonderful day. Now, because it's April 19th, we have a slew of birthdays we want to share.
We do. We have a couple of special birthdays.
I might recognize a couple of these names on here. Just a reminder, these are brought to you by Firehouse Subs, and the Firehouse Public Safety Foundation saves lives through donation grants. And every time you buy a sub, you help save more lives. And some of that money, quite a bit, over $1 million, has made its way back to the state of Arizona. And some of the funds have been used here in the Yuma community also.
Exactly.
All right. If you have a birthday coming up, or you would like to have us recognize a family member or friend celebrating a birthday, just go to monstermediayuma.com. Click on the Today in Yuma tab, and you can look for the Firehouse Celebrate banner. It's little ways down the page.
Yeah.
And it's a quick form. Fill that out, send it in, and you or the person you're submitting for are automatically entered into the weekly drawing, and you might be the winner of a free medium sub, chips, drink, and a dessert from Firehouse Subs.
Yeah, okay. So the first couple we have on our list, the first one is a very, very special friend of ours. And she's getting ready to, her and her hubby are getting ready to welcome a brand new baby boy to the world. But today we celebrate Cassie McMillan. We want to wish you a very happy birthday. And also, our local monster this week. Our local monster this week is Rob Lamar, and you can catch his song on Z93 all week. It's called Insomniac Dreams. It's the title track off his new album that's coming out tomorrow. So he's celebrating his birthday with a brand new album. So check out Rob Lamar, and happy birthday.
And you can find more about him and other local monsters at monstermediayuma.com. Right now it's on the homepage. You just click on the little slider, and you can find more details about Rob.
Yeah.
And also celebrating a birthday today, Jennifer Weathersby.
Oh, happy birthday.
And Rudy Laronia.
Well, happy birthday to all of you.
We hope you are all spoiled rotten today. And again, if you have a birthday, please let us know at least 24 hours before if you can. That way we can get it on the calendar and it does not pop up as a surprise.
And you know what? Don't be afraid to put your own birthday in there, because when we draw the winners, it's the name that we call people that celebrate their birthday that week. So if you're celebrating a birthday, don't hesitate to send your birthday. Nobody's going to know. No, we won't say anything. And if you want everybody to know that you're celebrating you, there's nothing wrong with that either. So.
One of the birthdays yesterday, someone told her, "Hey, Jennifer and Teresa mentioned you on the radio." And she goes, "No, you're lying. Why would they do that?" And I said, "Because someone submitted your birthday."
Your
She goes,
birthday.
"Are you serious?" I go, "We have proof. You can go back and watch the Facebook Live."
Exactly.
And that's also a reminder, if you are maybe listening to the show on the radio, but we often reference some visual things because we are on Facebook Live and you want to see what we're talking about, you can always watch the show later.
Yes, definitely.
And we do have a good collection of the shows. I know all of the ones from at least February to present are also on our YouTube channel, and you can find us there at Monster Media. There are quite a few Monster Medias, so look for our yellow and purple logos.
We're the only one that matters, though.
Yes, we are. We're the only one that matters. And you can always
Exactly.
subscribe to that channel so you can find out what's going on every weekday from 9 to 10.
Exactly.
All right. Now, again, we have Machele Headington and Shay Andress coming up on the show today. But you know what? I want to remind people, if you have not stepped outside yet, and you have any kind of breathing conditions, maybe you will want to avoid that altogether.
You know what? It teased me this morning. I get here early on Thursdays, and I was like, oh, it's so nice. I did grab my sweater because it was a little bit chilly, but it was so beautiful this morning. And then slowly but surely, I started to see it. And then Anita opened the door right now. I'm like, oh man, here it comes. But that's what's bringing these cooler temperatures, and we have a couple more days of cooler temperatures.
We are. It's going to be nice for a little bit. Now, when the sun came up this morning, there was
say,
such
let me
a
see
haze.
that
The
picture.
sun is white
Wow.
because there was just so
dust
much
layer.
dust.
Dust, yeah.
Now, when I came down 6E, I generally travel south and go to County 14th and come in that way. And thank you for filling in those potholes, by the way. I noticed that this morning. But you could see the mountains over out in the foothills off to the east, but they were shrouded in just a white cloud.
Yeah.
So it was really muting out the colors there. But the sun coming up a little bit earlier now, I get these beautiful sunrises when I'm heading to work.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of this long film everywhere.
So definitely want to take your allergy medicine today.
Yes, we are. There are the very strong possibilities we're going to have periods of gusting today around 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So if you can stay indoors, it's recommended. Those with weakened immune systems and any type of respiratory issues, it's not going to be a good day.
I've been seeing posts this morning about can this Yuma weather just make up its mind? I've sent my kid, just like me, we were sending our kids to school in summer clothes, and it's kind of chilly, so he has a light jacket with him. And then another one says, this darn wind doesn't realize I have asthma, does it? So.
Well, I also think that there's a meme, quite a few memes going around referencing Arizona in general right now.
Yeah.
The funniest is apparently Mother Nature, we had 90s for a couple days.
Yeah.
Maybe hit 100 once or twice.
Yeah.
Mother Nature doesn't think we're ready for swimsuit weather. That's why we're going to have
It's giving us a couple more weeks to get our
swimsuit bodies ready.
bodies ready. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Now, as a result of the dry conditions and the winds, it's always the perfect time for BLM to issue their reminder about campfire and smoking restrictions, because they are implementing those on state lands and federally managed public lands in central and western Arizona. That includes Yavapai, Maricopa, La Paz, Yuma, Mojave, and Gila counties, as well as portions of Pinal County, because we have a lot of people that do some extensive traveling. They like to get out there and camp and enjoy the great outdoors. And restrictions will be enforced and in effect on BLM Management Phoenix and Colorado River District, the Prescott National Forest, and the Tonto National Forest, as well as the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management for state lands. And again, that just a reminder, if you plan to go out camping, building, maintaining, and attending or using a fire, campfire, charcoal, coal, or wood stove other than in a developed campsite or picnic area where grills are provided, that is prohibited. Also, smoking except within an enclosed vehicle or building, a developed recreation site or an improved site, or while stopped in an area at least 3 feet in diameter that is barren or cleared of all flammable materials, is also prohibited. And you may not discharge a firearm except while engaged in a lawful hunt pursuant to state, federal, or tribal laws and regulations. Those are some very important things to keep in mind. And I don't know how many of us are welders, but you cannot be welding or operating a torch with an open flame in those areas.
You know, a lot of this might seem like common sense, but the reason they put this out there is because it happens. They've caught people doing it, or there's been accidents that have occurred because of these situations, and that's why they put it out there.
That's right. And this one might be a little more applicable if you're in some of the forest lands. No operating a chainsaw or other equipment operated by an internal combustion engine between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. And motor vehicles with an appropriate spark arresting device are operated on roads and motorized trails or parked in areas devoid of vegetation are exempted. So there's just a variety of things to keep in mind. You can go to blm.gov and get more information about the do's and don'ts if you plan to be camping or spending some time off-roading in some of these various areas. But again, today there is I think it's pretty much an excessive wind warning.
I would say
and
so.
high particulate matter for air quality today. It is likely until, I'm not sure what time tonight.
I think it's supposed to go through the evening into late into the night.
I see the time when the time it was sent out last night. It was 7:03 p.m. That was pretty specific. I was going to say the winds will stop at 7:03 tonight. Yeah, just plan. And I know it's harder to keep the little ones indoors too, because while the temperatures are cooler, they want to play outside.
Oh yeah.
But we still have some people that are getting over cold bugs and stuff.
And you know, check your gates with these winds. I've seen quite a few animals that have gotten loose, and people posting that they're finding the animals. So make sure you're checking your gates and that your animals have shelter to get out of the wind a little bit, and make sure your gates are closed. That way, if it does happen to blow open, so that way it doesn't blow open and your dogs get out.
That's right. Have you seen Foodylicious through the door there?
I thought I just saw her, but I thought she may have gone back. Do you want to get her?
Yes, I want to get her because I want to do a call-in before we head on over to break.
Okay, let me see if she's in there.
All right, that number again, just so you can program it in your phone, 928, because some phones may require that you use the area code, 343-0993. That will be the number that you need to call to win the Arizona Diamondback tickets. We'll tell you what caller in a minute. I want to remind you what the prize consists of. It's a 4-pack of D-backs versus San Diego Padres tickets for this Sunday's game at Chase Field. Game time is 1:10 p.m. and we have 4 baseline reserve seats valued at $32 each. They are fabulous seats, and again, that will be for this Sunday. You'll have to make your own transportation arrangements to get up there. No, we're going to wait just a minute on that.
Yeah, we'll wait a minute. I hear doors. There she is.
The wind makes it challenging.
It does make it challenging.
All right, she is out there and ready to go. I think because these are such great seats, she needs to take caller 17 right now. 17. I'm going to make her work for it.
I think
caller
she
17
heard you.
at 343-0993. That's 343-0993. You have to be at least 18 to win. If you would like to review our complete contest rules, you can go to monstermediayuma.com. It's time for a break here on Today in Yuma. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have 30 years of experience and knowledge to benefit you. Need more time to file 2017 taxes? See if you qualify for an extension. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, visit their partner location, Truckmates, Yuma's home for snug top shells and lids, Line-X spray and bed liners, 3M window tinting, and BDS suspension. And yes, they are still open. Even though they had that unfortunate accident the other day, they are still open. So go on over to Truckmates right on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And if your home isn't comfortable, it might be time to call a professional. Call Quick Refrigeration at 782-3691. Quick Refrigeration, heating and cooling the Yuma area, and my house, the Yuma area since 1955, my house for about 4 years.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services, they are offering a flash sale with the spring temperatures coming and the nice warm weather. So are the fleas and ticks. They are offering a flea and tick treatment that is normally $125, but right now you can schedule one for just $50, and it covers your interior, exterior, full yard. Just give them a call today at 928-343-9149 for details. This is a limited time offer.
It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. We'll be back after the break. Oh, little, I bet that was a joy.
You know what? I've heard since they've
It's better
changed
since
up
they've done those
their
lines.
things, I've heard good
From
things.
what I've heard, it's a little better.
It's been easier for us.
It gives them more flexibility with the staff taking lunch and stuff too.
I'm going to have to go tomorrow
Yeah.
because it expires on my birthday. Just
your
realized
license
that.
does?
Yeah, because I have the CDL.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I will be dropping my CDL and going to just operators.
17's my favorite number. I like that she picks it better.
Am I making you work for it? We've done texting. We have like 6,000 entries via text, and we do email to the website. So I'm like, no,
Said not a joy at all, but it's not that. It wasn't that bad.
Good.
That's so exciting. What is? We'll put one of you in the corner and the other right next to her.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Hi. We haven't had either of you on, have we?
No. It's been a long time.
It's been a
really long time.
But not on our show.
No.
See, Facebook Live, Anita in the corner.
I was just trying to figure out how to share my Facebook Live with people I know.
So what you do is you go into the Facebook Live feed,
Okay.
like pull it up,
Got
and then
it.
there, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a share button.
Share.
Yeah.
Look at you. All right.
And you're gonna want to grab the microphone and pull it right on close there.
It's been a while since we've done this.
Ooh, cool.
Ooh.
That is cool. That's the McFall Bridge. I can tell there.
Are you trying to
Identify.
identify?
I have a cactus. I've seen that one. No.
Just a few. Do you know all those places?
I know the bridge.
The other one is the river. B is the
that's
river.
that one's pretty easy, but I'm not sure about which field that is. 'Cause I don't know how large. If that's a mountain in the background or a knoll.
Is that out in Walton?
Okay.
I don't know what you put. Oh, this one right here.
She was super excited. She's like, oh gosh. After her spell her name, she's like, oh, super. Okay, you spell it slower. Sorry, I'm excited.
Larissa Sestiaga.
That's awesome.
She was
love
keeping
it.
track.
I just love it. Are these all in there? No.
Blue. She is super duper blue. I'm like, who's blue?
Yeah, those I can.
Well, there's a lot of blue in here. We're all blue except for Teresa.
Yeah, I didn't get the blue memo today.
Here's, I'm going to pass it. I'm doing just
All
a
right.
comment.
Thank you.
Darren sent talking.
And if you sent, put one here,
Okay, this is
I
just
can.
good information as you put
Perfect,
through it.
'cause then I
Any
can
kind of
show.
questions, I think, as you
Okay.
start to see when you visually kind of see what's happening.
All righty.
But yeah.
And Darren sent some pretty good talking points too.
Yeah.
All good.
All right, you ready?
Yep, ready to roll.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook live feed. And we do have our Diamondback ticket winner.
Yeah.
Thank you for running the phone lines. Our winner was Larissa Sestiaga.
There we go.
And she apparently was super excited.
Well, good. She should be. Those are great tickets.
We like that.
Yes.
All right, now on the show today, we have Machele Headington, the Vice President of Marketing and Support Services at YRMC. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we have Shay Andrews, the Director of Marketing. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us. It's been a while, so we're excited.
Well, we are really excited to have you guys here. And Helika, yes, we just picked and announced the winner of the tickets. Oh, the earlier winner is, hang on, Alicia
Vidal.
and then the call-in winner just now is Larissa.
Anita, can you see if her mic is on, please? Because I didn't hear her when she said good morning.
Oh, I hear it make a noise.
I hear it too.
Okay.
now. There we go.
Oh, yes,
that is much better. I was like, it sounded a little muted
A little
there.
bit of electricity always is.
We have you ladies here because we are going to be talking about wayfinding for the patient.
Yes.
And this may sound like an odd thing, but pretty much it comes down to helping patients find their way around campus.
It does. And historically, hospitals are just a hard place to maneuver.
Well-
So this has been exciting.
Well, I think it's exciting because growing up here in Yuma, you know, of course, we visited the hospital, but with the growth that it's had, it can get a little confusing. Our old hospital, I say old, it was easy to maneuver. It wasn't super hard to figure out where the cafeteria is, how to get from one side to another. But now we have so many additions, which is a great thing. It gets a little confusing now.
It is hard, and it's kind of like once you get inside a building, any building of that size, it's kind of like pin the tail on the donkey. You lose your directional about which way you need to be going, and it really is like a jigsaw puzzle when you start putting all these buildings together.
Well, the patients or the individuals who will be at Yuma Regional Medical Center can start off at main registration. That can be your point of reference.
We do. We actually have two. There's only two entrances now.
Okay.
So we used to have four. There's only two entrances. You will always come in either the main entrance or the emergency entrance. And it really is that simple. So the emergency entrance is for anybody in with an urgent need, so an active labor. So there's two doors on that side, but the other side, the main entrance, which any visitor coming to our campus will use the main entrance.
All right, but I like how there are symbols too to
Yes.
help people maneuver around, and they're pictures.
There are. We live in a community that has multi-languages, and so if you translate everything in multi-languages, that makes it really difficult because you have little tiny, the letters get smaller and smaller.
Exactly.
And so the use of international symbols is an easy reference for people to find their way, and you're not having to put lots of information on a sign.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It definitely does. Now, you guys did this as your goal for this is basically convenience and safety for patients and visitors. With the new changes, moved our ER. A lot of people get confused on where they're supposed to go, where they're not supposed to go. Do I go in this door? You know, so I like the idea of the signs with pictures instead of actual words because we have a lot of cultures here, and it would be kind of hard to put every single language on there.
Right.
That's right. And that's also why we use the colors on the exterior signs. You see the blue signs and you see the big bright red signs.
I see.
So that is your symbol for emergency. So whether you're an emergency patient or a woman who's in labor, that is exactly where you want to go. You know, if you're visiting, you do not want to park there. You want to park on the other side of the patient and visitor garage. So when we started building the ER and going through all those processes, we realized there's not enough parking. So parking is an issue. And so we have, we did studies after studies about the parking, the coming and going hourly. And so we have identified that the parking right in front of the ER and the parking over by the administration building is specifically for laboring mothers and also for ER patients. So that is because there's not enough parking for somebody who's having an emergency. You really want to have those spots dedicated to
Definitely.
those family members.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, in fact, in reality, we have enough parking on our campus.
Absolutely.
It's how we've designated the parking. So some of the change that occurred was how we designated parking. And the parking closest to the door should always be for patients. Always. And so much of the change that we did in terms of allocation of parking ensured that patients had the parking closest to the door.
I see.
We've been fortunate. We've had some of the volunteers that came in that operate the shuttles, the golf carts at the campus for Yuma Regional Medical Center, and they talked about how sometimes people like to park in a different spot. And they said, but you know what? Your vehicle, it'll be a little cooler when you get in there if you park. Was it further down in the structure? How many levels do we have for that parking structure?
For the visitor garage, there's 3 levels. And some of the changes that we're actually making right now is making those visually appealing. So as people start driving into our campus, we've made that a very visual, distinctively easy find. So as soon as you come in, we don't have a lot of parking garages in Yuma.
No.
And so people have been intimidated by them about how do I get in and how do I get out. And so we've really focused on that, not adding more signs, adding the right sign and the right visual cues at the right place at the right time. So painting the large walls inside the parking garage in a big color for the elevator entrance, and then how to get up a level and down a level will change by color.
And like you said, there is adequate parking for everyone there. You just need to use the proper parking area that is for the need that you're going for. And a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to park right on top because it's easiest, but you can find probably a lot closer one underneath and just take the elevator up.
Yes, and we opened that lower garage with the new wayfinding changes, the graphic changes, graphic changes, color changes, and visual cues. And that bottom lot has been more full in the last month than we've ever had it. So people are using it. And so now the next level is adding the color to get them to the second level. Right now we have plenty of parking on that first one. So it is working, and I think people are finding much more comfort in that. And that's the idea, right, is to ensure that the anxiety of patients and families who are visiting, they have a lot to worry about already. We don't want to add that to it. So getting them there in a calm and convenient manner is really our goal.
With the exception of the hospital, I know we have the parking garage by the courthouse. Are those the only 2?
I think those are the only
That's
2
that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think those are the only 2 that we have. Some humans may not be familiar in how to actually use it.
But if you're fortunate to go to different events, and
Exactly,
stuff, some of them are just huge parking structures, so I can see why that might be intimidating. But while that's not the case here, they're still effective.
Yes.
And again, they do provide ample parking for those who might need to visit YRMC for any reason or another.
And shade.
And exactly. We like that shade factor. How long has it been since the new emergency department opened? About a year?
Year and a half.
Already a year and a half?
So in December it would have been a year.
Oh my goodness. Time flies way too fast the older we get, I think.
Now, there's been some big changes that have happened there at YRMC. The information desk has moved.
We just moved the information desk. Again, it's a visual cue when you first come in the door. The desk had set back just a little bit further back, and so we made it straight ahead.
Oh, fantastic.
And then that also changed the full process of how patients check in. So that's one-stop shopping now. Every patient comes in that door and checks in at that front desk, and they have central registration there. And instead of 3 or 4 locations where you might register. So every patient is received or checked in right there when they first come in, and then we direct them there to their point of service and ensure that they get there.
All right, now I see that YRMC renamed a building and a street. What can you tell us about that?
Parkview Medical Plaza. So for those who've been here for a long time,
Yes.
Parkview Hospital was the original name of Yuma Regional Medical Center. That was our original hospital. So that loop road that we added in the last, 4 years ago maybe, we added a loop road around the back of the hospital to improve traffic flow on our campus. And that's called Parkview Loop. And so the Medical Plaza, which I think has historically been one of those areas where we have the most patients lost. The address there was like 1509. And so you're driving along the street and you have 2400 as the hospital, and all of a sudden the number changes to 1509. And that was very confusing for people. And so we did 2 critical things for that building. We changed the address to align with the 2400. So it's
2460 Parkview Loop.
Yes. So as they come in there, and then we labeled the 3 entrances 1, 2, 3. So the only directions that patients need to have is your services at Parkview Medical Plaza, and you're going to enter in door number 2. or whatever number. That's it.
Uh-huh.
So we try to give patients lots and lots and lots of information. And then we wonder when they get there why they can't remember everything that we told them. Don't eat, don't drink, don't do this, don't do that. Come for here, don't forget to do that. Use this address. And so now it's very simple. We've been doing lots of scripting with staff and lots of training for staff. The only information you give them is what they need at that moment to make that decision. Where to park, what door to come in.
Now, Teresa wasn't there when I took the tour. Darren had given Janice and I a pretty much custom tour of the facility, and we got to see where you have the additional levels that were created kind of as the shell, so you can build to suit down the road.
Yes.
Where the crane would come up through the center of that was phenomenal just to see that whole concept, because one would wonder, all right, how is this happening? How are you able to continue work in the center of something when you already have all the exterior completed?
Right. And in healthcare, because remember, in that particular building that you looked at, she's speaking of this shelled space above the new emergency room. Emergency rooms never close. And so if you decide you're going to build on top of it, you can't sling steel over an occupied building.
No.
So you really need to be forward thinking, and our board was very forward thinking, and it was a decision that took some time to think through about shelling out that space or not. Do you invest in that now? And the value of doing it then was that you'll never have to sling steel over an occupied space. And so I think we've given a lot of thought to that, and that really is to the tribute of the board who really took the time to look at that before.
Well, they were thinking about the future,
Yes.
about the growth that would be yet to come. And Yuma is a community that's growing. I mean, even if you look at, oh my goodness, they probably couldn't even fathom 30 years ago at Park West or whatever it's called. It's on my husband's birth certificate. That's where he was born. I go, I thought you were born here. He goes, I was. That was the name of the hospital before. That we would grow to the size that we are now. And I mean, it's not stopping anytime soon. So the fact that we have the facilities that can help accommodate that growth too, and then something to grow into.
Right.
But again, plenty of parking. This is a Yuma Regional Medical Center, and they have new wayfinding to help people navigate around the campus. Again, it can be a little overwhelming, especially if you've never been there before. And sometimes, unfortunately, by the time at a lot of the large facilities, so my mom would have medical care done up in Tucson, just as you kind of seem to catch on, they'd been there about a week or so, and you were a little frazzled at that point anyway.
Yes.
But I like that you guys have really simplified things here.
Most definitely.
Shay really has been the lead on all of the graphic elements that go into this, and we've used local photography to do that, and the use of colors and how people feel and the psychology of wayfinding. And there really truly is this thought process and emotion that comes into when people come into a healthcare place. So she really has led that effort. To ensure that our graphics are all aligned and that it really tells a story as you walk through the hospital with the use of graphics. And so she can probably give some better insight to how we arrived at those things. But patients and staff are loving them.
Well, yeah, and it's quicker. It's quicker than trying to walk all the way around, going through. Once you learn to navigate the hallways, it's fairly quick to get from one side to another.
Right, once you learn to navigate. But one of the major things that we changed is we had signs and signs and signs listing tons and tons of services. And as we went through this process and we learned the psychology of how people navigate through, and we learned that all those letters and all those signs are just confusing, and it's clutter, and it's hard to read and then sort through. So that's why we went to the color-coded system. So you just know I need to go to area A, B, C, or D, and you follow that color, and it's that simple. And we are in the process of removing some of those signs and updating our big, large ones. But it's really about simplicity and making it easy for the patients and families to find their location, especially in a healthcare environment when you are frazzled and you are anxious and you don't know where to go. Just follow the right color and the right letter.
And it's that principle, keep it simple. Well, KISS, I'll leave the other part off. Keeping it simple is just better and more effective. Now, we want to recognize that the photos were taken by a local photographer, Ty Cook.
He's so talented, and we were so excited and grateful that he let us use these photos. And they are huge. So when you walk into these different areas, they are massive above the elevators, around the elevators, and they're stunning and they're beautiful.
Well, we were looking at on the photos on your folder, trying to figure out, okay, I think I know where that's at. I know where that's at. So you probably have people doing the same thing when they're at the hospital. Oh, hey, I've seen that before.
Well, and that's exactly what we wanted. We want it to be very iconic to our local community. And so that's something that we have been and have been forever is community focused And so we know that that is something that we wanted to incorporate into what we do.
Now, explain, I know we have, it says 5 floors at the hospital. What is on which floor?
Well, they really are gridded out by area. And so that you always look at the area first, because if you start looking at numbers first, there could be a duplication of a number, right? So first, the room that you're going to will always have a letter first, so A, B, C, or D, and then it'll have the next number is the floor.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and then the next one is the room number. So a patient, when you come in, will say your family member is in A221. And so as you go through, and there's a little mini map that we give them, but the only thing they really need to know is the color, and they'll say, okay, so you're going to take the green elevator, you're going to see a large agriculture field, and when you get to that agriculture field, you'll take the elevator to, and then they'll circle the number, what floor.
And that makes sense because I visited before where we had, like you said, room 222, and they go, well, which one? I'm like, I have no idea.
Exactly.
That's right.
And they end up having to go into the computer, but that makes it so much more easy.
Someone says, what if you were colorblind? Well, that's
where the letters come in.
The letters come
The
in.
letters come in.
And the visual cues are the symbols and then the photography that we've used. So there's only one river photo, and it's all over that section. As you come in, that big elevator is a big giant river photo, and so it's toned to blue, but there isn't a repeated river photo in any of those.
So
So we've tried to do all of those.
Hang a ride at the bend in the river. It's wherever that may
At
be.
the river bend,
Well, I think these are some good changes that will definitely have a positive reaction from the community, the individuals who have business they may need to take care of, whether it's as a patient or someone visiting a patient at the hospital. They will be appreciative of that.
Definitely.
All right, our guests today, Machele Headington and Shay Andrus with Yuma Regional Medical Center. We want to thank you so much for coming in. Can people see this information online? Is it on the hospital's website?
Not yet. We are working on getting a short video up there, but it's not there yet. So.
Okay.
We'll post maps and all of those new things on
But
it
it's
also.
already being implemented.
You all are hot off the press, so you're
Woo!
putting it first. We like that.
We like that.
Yeah.
But it's already being implemented, so when they go into the hospital, they'll kind of be
Yes,
directed
I would say
on where to go.
95% of it is posted. We still have some things. We've got some interiors on the painting of the garage that we've decided we want to add. And so there's a few fine-tuning things, and then we're also working on a really neat landmark wall, like I don't even know the name of it, for our volunteers. We're recognizing our volunteers in one of the main hallways, and so it will become a landmark point as you're going down the longest hallway in our hospital, the main hallway, to say when you get to the sculpture and the wall piece on that wall, the purple area will be just beyond that. So again, more visual cues instead of just saying look for 6 more signs.
Right.
Right.
We have a rave on our Facebook live feed. Javier said, I had a very positive experience at YRMC. The lady that checked me in, Rocio, was very kind and attentive.
Wonderful,
Good.
thank you.
So I
Thank
know
you for doing
sometimes
it.
people want to dwell on the negative experiences, whatever they may be, and they don't share enough of the positives. So we're glad that you did.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
sharing.
much.
All right.
Yeah.
And we mentioned the volunteer recognition wall. More volunteers are needed. So if you're in a position to give of your time, they have a variety of opportunities available, regardless of your skill set. They will put you to work. Even if you want to be driving a golf cart in July, they have need for those volunteers.
Please be one of those volunteers.
Lots of Gatorade and water. You know, they're
Exactly.
wonderful. They're
They
so
are.
kind. They provide a tremendous service in our community, and we have cart drivers of all ages, men and women. But the one thing they have in common is they're just great people.
Well, Little says he was born at Yuma Regional Medical Center, and 10 out of 10, he would be born there again. Yeah. And I had, everyone has different experiences, and my son was born there, and it was a phenomenal experience. So I cannot thank you all enough. And that was a mere 20 years ago. So I'm sure things have improved since then, just because technology is even better at this
Time
point.
flies.
It sure does.
So was he born in the new building? That would have
Um,
been right about the time we opened it in let me
he
think.
was January of 98.
Oh, well, actually, yeah,
I
we should have
don't know
already-
what was the newer versus the old building.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, the new maternity side that they have, the actual maternity building that
Yes,
is now.
yes, he was born
Right,
there.
we were
Did
born,
you go
we
in
opened
that
in
entrance?
2004, so he would have been, you said 8 or 9?
No, 98.
Oh, 98,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Okay, he wasn't.
My son was.
I'm like,
He's only 8.
he's only 8. Were
So
any of yours
really-
born here, Anita?
No.
Oh, none of hers
No,
were.
that's-
Okay.
I know that the first baby born in that new building that we currently we deliver out of, he just left to college last year. And
Oh my
so
goodness.
Wow.
it made me feel like, wow, that doesn't seem that long ago. So it's really neat to see the kids and babies born here grow up and do great things. So
Well, we agree.
Yes, we do.
All right, we want to thank Machele and Shay so much for coming in on Today in Yuma Today. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie out in the courtyard, the little windy, gusty courtyard right now. We will be back with more show after the break. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. With 30 years of experience and knowledge, you can trust Classic Accounting with your business payroll and monthly bookkeeping needs. Call them today at 343-1040.
And Spike Sports, they offer training courses including Arizona CCW, First Shot, Hunter Education, and more. Plus, there's always a gunsmith on duty. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And quick refrigeration. Not only is tomorrow Catch Strip Friday, it's Free
Filter Friday.
All you need to do is take your old dirty air filter down to their location. But I don't have it on my list. I replaced it. I think it's 190 West 10th Street. I've
It
said it
is.
enough. You think I'd have it memorized?
I think you do.
But just take it by their location and they will give you a brand new standard 1-inch air filter for free. You can visit their website at getcoolquick.com.
And Yuma's Best, Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services, they're giving away one lucky classroom, a live butterfly kit, and a pizza party. It goes to public, private, or homeschool groups. Are all eligible to enter. All you need to do is go to Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services Specialists' Facebook page to enter. Make sure you follow the directions, and Advocate Pest has been preserving the Yuma area for over 20 years.
We'll be back with Today in Yuma after the break. I changed that on your list.
You did!
We actually had the wrong name.
I know, you changed it. So it throws me for a loop.
thank you, ladies.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
It was fun and easy and all the above.
Good, good. That's what
Living
we're
and
just...
breathing it.
We're conversational.
Come on, now we're going to take our selfie. Oh, okay, thank you.
We're taking a selfie?
Yeah, we're all a selfie. See, you saw our selfie board out here in the entrance studio. We just put that up today.
I was telling
It's
her,
beautiful,
I
it's
love
so
the little flag with a little car. And then this little thing right here.
Oh, the palette.
That was from Advocate Pest and Wildlife. They used it for their granddaughter's birthday, and then she gave it to me, so we altered it. All right, we're gonna kind of face that way.
Smile.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Really
appreciate it. That's what I do.
That's why I do it, because I have a longer arm.
We call Shay Gadget because she can reach anything.
They're like normally.
We're like, go Gadget. And she comes over and
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Exactly. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
do you want to take that last break at the very end of the hour, or how do you want to do that?
Because it's 1, 2, 3 and a half.
Everything that's there, I can move it.
Because otherwise we're going to have to come back, go break, come back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we can just take it at the end of the hour.
Take it to the end. I'll let. So we'll end at 57.
It would be throwing you for a loop like a boomerang. I'm just curious.
So we'll end at 57.
Okay. That'll work.
It's kind of chilly out there.
Wait a minute. There's something wrong with this image. It's coming from the hospital.
It's not a dentist. It's okay.
It's not a dentist. Oh my goodness.
Just saying.
Lots of kisses
Well,
in
and
there.
that gives them a visual too of the pictures that they'll be seeing over the elevators
Yep.
and things.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
We'll have to put the bowl there, and our guests can have candy.
You had the candy. All right, we ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We want to thank Machele and Shay for stopping by and sharing great information about some of the changes taking place on the campus at Yuma Regional Medical Center.
I like that they're trying to simplify everything because it can get confusing.
It really can be.
You know, especially, you know, like I mentioned, her being born and raised here and, you know, going to the hospital for various things. There was an instance where we got confused because they tell us room 222 and we're, which one? I have no idea. Can you look it up for me, please? Because I have no idea. So that's just going to make everything a lot easier.
I want to share some information. This came out a little earlier this week, but we've kind of had a little bit of a crazy week.
Just a little bit.
Yuma officials welcomed news on Monday that we will be receiving grant funding for a Veterans Administration facility. I have a staple.
I'm like, okay.
That will be built in the city limits. And according to Mayor Douglas Nichols, he says that meeting the needs of our veterans here has been a top priority of the city and the region. And he's referring to trips he's taken to Washington, D.C. over the course of his 4+ years in office. And the mayor says that persistence and solid justifications have paid off again for our military veterans. He also wants to thank the senators, John McCain and Jeff Flake, for their help with this and their response to a letter he wrote and meetings on the Yuma VA home. And the city donated land in the area of 6E and 34th Street about a year ago for the facility. And the city has advocated funding actively for 4 years. And that's not too far from where I live. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what plat of land that they're going to be doing on and how large it will be. Now,
I think Greg was speaking about this earlier on City News Thursday, and initially it was only supposed to be something like 60 beds.
Okay.
But they've gotten the okay, and they have the land to do it.
They've upgraded to 80.
To 80 beds,
okay.
Yeah.
The home will provide short-term and long-term care for veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces, and while the city has not officially received its letter and doesn't have the specific dollar amount it will receive, city officials anticipate the possibility of receiving more funds than their initial request. Again, that would be awesome if it can upgrade to an 80-bed facility. We need it here. There are 2 military bases, and a lot of the retired military community choose to reside in Yuma. They love the weather. They just love the community in general, and it will just be such a blessing to this community.
Oh, definitely, in more ways than one. You know, of course, they will be able to hold the 80 beds. But it's also going to bring in something like 125 jobs.
That's phenomenal.
So 125 job openings is fantastic. And as far as, I'm going off of what Greg mentioned this morning on City News Thursday, you know, they could get plans as early as the end of the year.
Oh, that would be amazing.
So for you know, this type of project to be moving so quickly in the community, I think is fantastic.
I think it will, again, be a wonderful thing for this community. And I know we have several veterans that watch the show.
Oh, yeah.
And they agree. A lot of them have to travel out of town for care. And it can be very frustrating, especially if they encounter additional challenges, which I know many of them have. Is transportation is always a very big factor. But again, just because some of the care has not been made available here just makes it more difficult.
Exactly. So we have a couple of things going on this weekend.
We do. We have a lot of golf taking place.
Do we have a lot of golf? But we also have a little bit of art. A little bit of art going to be going on downtown. Art Beat, I believe it's 11, is coming to town this weekend, and it will be on Main Street.
We also have, this is what Leanne Worthen talked about the other day. I still want to just call her Sergeant Leanne Worthen. That's what I did for years. She is with Team Rubicon, and they are doing the Grab Your Go Bag class. It will be from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Simpatico, which is located at 2285 South 4th Avenue, 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. It's a great opportunity if you'd like to kind of master the skill set needed to be involved in these volunteering efforts. We have the Right Turn for Yuma Veterans 3rd Annual Golf Tournament that's taking place on Saturday. That will be at Mesa del Sol Golf Club. We had Judy on talking about that here just a few weeks ago.
We did.
And then now this one it's not this weekend, it's a few weeks away, but we have the Special Olympics Arizona 1st Annual Golf Tournament on Cinco de Mayo. That is May 5th. That is at Desert Hills Golf Course. And if you have any questions about that, you can give Corey Williams a call at 373-4733 to get signed up. And if you're an individual and you'd like to be on a team, but you can't get enough buddies that day to come on out, they'll help put you on a team. Same thing with the Right Turn for Yuma Vets that takes place this weekend.
Exactly. If you don't have a team, they'll find you one.
Yes, they will. Again, windy conditions expected pretty much all throughout the day today here in Yuma County. And they're anticipating periods of blowing dust. Now, the interstate, that's one of the problem areas. And there are several closures that have been happening across the state when these winds pick up. And we haven't really had any here in the Yuma community yet, even though we had crazy wind speeds pretty high last week too. But I know big sections of I-10 closed, and it's for safety reasons.
It is. You know, Little mentioned earlier he was out and about, and he said the vehicle is being pushed all around the road. So.
Yes. Well, you know what? Pull aside, stay alive. If these haboobs can be pretty serious, and it's not just a monsoon type of dust storm. They can happen anytime. And we would rather have you be a little bit late to your destination, having pulled over safely to the side of the road. Now, if you have an event coming up, whether it's for a school, a civic organization, something of interest to the community, we would love to have you on the show.
Yes.
How can they do that?
All you need to do is go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the Today in Yuma tab, and there you'll find a little entry form, and it goes straight to our inbox. Just give us a little bit of details on what exactly you want to get out to the community, and either we can get that information out for you if you don't want to be on the show, or we can schedule a time for you to come on in.
One of the easiest ways is to send us a flyer, and you can't put an attachment in the initial email.
No.
But we will follow up, and you can always send it back to us that way. Or on our homepage at the bottom, we have all of our staff members. You can contact us via email that way. If you have anything coming up, especially if it involves youth, we have so many different things in the community. We would really like to spread the word, especially if our kids are involved.
Exactly.
All right. It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. We have tomorrow. It is Catcher Friday. It's Foodylicious Friday. And Sam from Bare Naked Soap Co. is coming in. They have a big grand opening coming very soon.
I'm excited. That's going to be our next field trip.
Yep, she will give us all the details about that. We will see everyone tomorrow, 9 to 10 on Z93 and Outlaw Country. Plus, you can stream us at monstermediayuma.com or just watch us on Facebook Live. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma.
You have a few minutes before you have to switch.
Okay.
I'm not used to you not jumping up out of your chair.
What's that? I know, right? All right, guys. Get your catcher
Have a good
entries
day,
in.
everyone. Yeah, they're going to start rolling in soon.